Welcome in. It's good to have everybody here on all platforms, but dude, today, if you've seen any of my streams from last week, bro, all I was playing was the Knell. That's it. I was like, okay, this weapon's good enough. And then it's like suddenly, yeah, every single stream is just like 15% of the time Amar fails to keep the Knell active, and then he's just floundering like a child. So obviously that's like the main trade-off of the Knell, if you're being real. But yeah, shout out Ink for dropping some likes. But yeah, the Knell, we were spamming it like crazy. We got it on Kome. I mean, we could just look at like the ones that we used recently, because I think they'll always be at the top. Yeah, so like there's Kome, Caliban. I think we did it with Gyre, maybe not. I know we did it with Corbex and Kullervo, so... Oh my god, man. It's been a little too much, but it's good to be in. We're doing it with Citrine this time, but yeah, let's talk about Knell right away. So, obviously, the main thing that I want to talk about with Knell is that, first thing, this Riven is just a cold mod with some really nice buffs, so you'll just replace that with a cold mod. What can I say, man? Multi-shot and reload speed. I do like the reload speed. When I saw that and the multi-shot, like I'm at least getting a buff and then also reload speed, so that if I suck at the game, because of course you have a 2-second cooldown for 3 stacks, so you got 6 seconds to land a headshot, Chad. If you have primary crux, that's 10 seconds to land a headshot, but you get it. Like, you feel it, man. You're like, uh-oh, I'm feeling too close to 1 stack. But this has been a weapon kind of similar to the Fel Arcs, where I've been spamming it a lot as a swap weapon, like being able to use it. Know that if I'm going to use this weapon, I have to be able to just land headshots consistent. Like that, I feel like there's no reason not to use it. And then if you're not using it, you just store it. You just melee. That's it. Just use your melee button, stay in melee, and then if you are gonna aim glide or something, you gotta get a headshot because it's gonna burn the cooldown. But yeah, if you got your melee out, the cooldown is gonna chill. And you can play it smart. So I've been using it a lot as like a swap weapon. And you know, like I think for now on, you're just only gonna see melee influence on my melee when I'm on stream. It just kind of saves me a little bit of brain power, but what it means is like you can pretty much always be influencing the latest influencer. Sorry guys, but yeah, and then when you need to swap to the Knell, obviously this thing deals blast damage as well, so that is a damaging status effect. So you know, if you get status of chance buffs and stuff, like you're gonna be proccing more blast procs. We love proccing more blast procs. But yeah, it means that, yeah, if you need to deal with a single target that maybe your melee influence isn't so effective against, you can just swap to the Knell and then, you know, get your galvanized buffs going. You know, you've got 3 stacks of galvanized shot. This is only 14 seconds, and then you got 4 stacks of diffusion, which is 20 seconds. So yeah, it's 4 kills. That's it. You get 4 kills while also shooting whatever you need to shoot in the face, like, you know, whether it's a Thrax. Like, you know, I've definitely noticed that I am mostly swapping between like influence and a projectile weapon. And most of my projectile weapons at this point, I don't know if all of them have like the galvanized aptitude, like gun condition overload, but a lot of them do. And so it means like, I don't know, you end up with a pretty, it starts to even out. Like, you know, this is just a full auto with blast damage. That's it. So this is a full auto that has infinite ammo and a lot of damage. It has a lot of damage buffs going for it. And so you just have these blast procs that are, I mean, they're silly and you have to kind of like see them yourself, but it is also secondary encumber as well. So, you know, as anything that it takes more than 2 shots, you can just build up like, you know, 12, 14 status effects. I don't know if you'll get all the status effects in the game, but if something is that tanky, that is kind of a funny thing. I guess that happens a lot with Necromex would be the one. But yeah, this is a very silly weapon, but you'll see it. And then obviously the trade-off is like you got 6 seconds. If you fail the 6-second cooldown, then you have to land a single headshot with 1 bullet in the mag, and you got a 1.5-second reload speed because of a Riven that is also working as a cold mod that is also giving multi-shots. So this is like a build where it's like, okay, without this, it's a 2-second reload. So it's not the end of the world. This just becomes a cold mod, you know what I mean? But like, I was like, oh my god, it makes it a little bit better, but it feels a little bit criminal. You know, I was making this primary crux video, and I was like, I was showing these ribbons. I was like, I showed the Batacor because I was like, this weapon functions so well just because I have all the same mods as other weapons, and I'm like, I can't tell people to build it this way. I'm like, it feels like a troll to even mention it, but it was so much fun. But yeah, like I don't know, I've loved it a little too much, just like the idea of like, oh, this is just a full auto weapon that deals a lot of damage, and so you can just put blast on it, and then it goes from a full auto to something that at least has a little bit of splash damage. And I don't know, it's one of these things where it's like, I feel like without the blast setup, I don't think I would be using it, but it's so fun and just like so silly. I don't know, it's one of these like true Warframe moments where, yeah, you're in a sniper scope for like 20 minutes straight. You're like, this is peak gameplay. And then when you're not in the sniper scope, you're messing with the camera in some way. Like you're just constantly, you're zooming in and out, and it's so ugly. And I'm like, I hate it, but it's so much fun. But yeah, let's talk about Citrine. Let's talk about the rest of the build. Citrine is giving me a status chance buff, which means more blast proc. So that was kind of nice. I have Arcane Impetus along with Prismatic Gem. So Prismatic Gem is giving you the 4 base status effects, and then Archon Continuity is adding Corrosive. So that's 5. And then you get 2 more. You get Impact and Slash from Fractured Blast. So you get 7 stacks of Arcane Impetus. You get 90% damage reduction. Yes, on kill or on assist. Okay, nice. Easy clap. And then, of course, this is the weird one. So the original ability is like this directional, you know, it's like a crystal wave, and it'll, you know, makes them take 300% crit chance, which is just red crits. So whew, excuse me for that, but yeah, I don't know, it was like it was kind of like a slow directional ability. I was like, I don't know, it was a similar setup with Dagath, where I was like, I kind of enjoy just the power of Prismatic Gem, and I was like, I don't know, I definitely think you can make that work. I think you need some casting speed, would be my guess. Like, if you want to spam it a lot, I think you probably could put down a whole bunch and like cover the whole playing field. I think that would be pretty crazy. I'm Mastery 14 and have nowhere near the good mods you have. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that's like the grind. This mod, though, I've been thinking about redoing like the beginner guide and being like, bro, get yourself fast deflection. What am I doing wrong? So the sacrifice is one where you'll get Umbral Intensify, but there's also, I don't know, so what I have on a lot of setups, I can show you the setup that I beat the game with. This is a copy paste. This can work on like basically any build. Vigilante Vigor, fast deflection, and then like whatever your health mod is. So this is like not Rhino, you know what I mean? Like not a, you know, this is like a standard like health whatever. Citrine, yeah, dude. So it's like I just had 2 shield regen mods. That's like how I got through the whole game. For a 4th ability that lets it chain to other enemies, making it viable. That's pretty cool. I think I could fit that in. That's pretty cool. What could I sacrifice? I could probably sacrifice Augur Secrets. That's a cool take. I didn't even know that existed. Here, let's read that. Let's read that augment here. I have to go over here. Click on this, and then we'll read what it says. This is exciting. Recrystallize. Enemies killed by crystalline growths stagger and spread crystals to enemies within 16 meters. Is this like Saren? Is this like Saren? That's crazy, bro. Oh yeah, sacrifice Augur sacrifice Augur Secrets. Yeah, I feel that. That's fucking nuts, man. That's actually exactly what I need to see. I don't know when. I have no idea when that happened, but yeah, I need that. That's sick. Wait, should we see? Does it tell me which faction it comes from too? Did they add that as well? Steel Meridian. Ah, you motherfuckers. All right, well, I'll have to... Can I buy that on stream? I'll buy it from somebody. What's the market rate for... Here, give me 1 second. What's the market rate for... They added like a year after Citrine release. Dude, I'm telling you, there's nothing I miss more than the augments. Here we go. 1 second. Warframe market. What's the going rate? There's so many augments that I missed. That's actually pretty sick. I like that. You literally like and you can just keep casting it. I need to buy it for, bro. And then I would actually probably like 15 plat. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. What was it called? What was it called? Recrystallize. All right, let's see. All right, chat. Oh, 10 plat. Look at that. Wow, it's that far down. Damn. I don't know what the goated ones are. hey, if someone has it, if someone has Steel Meridian, I'll give you 15 for it. Yeah, you said 15. I'll give you $5 or 5 plat as a tip if you want to pop in. My username is so on YouTube it's in a different place. It's like in the middle of the top middle of the screen, but on TikTok that shit is like right above my head. So yeah, I'll give you 15 for it. Stream bonus. Unfortunately, I'm Suda and Arbiters. Oh yeah, me too. Suda and Arbiters. Gang. All right. That's fine. We'll see how quick I can do this. That's a cool ability though. I do like that. Does it scale with range then? That's kind of sick if it scales with range. Here's what I'll do. Easy choice. Because yeah, I was thinking like, I don't know how much I really make use of ensnare sometimes. So that's a fire take. I appreciate that. See, this is how quick it can be. I guess I should talk about the rest of the build, but yeah, I mean, that is a pretty sick bonus. Yeah, I'm like, whew. And then I do think I would want like a casting speed buff. I think that would be pretty nice. I think I would have to put a Forma in here as well, but that's fine. So, I guess I'll leave that for later. Summoner Procer 3, yeah. With Ember Fire Blast. Oh, dude. Oh my god. So it like shoots everything? Oh my god. I don't think it scales with range. However, it might. Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, I guess I should talk about the rest of the build, and then we'll go buy it, and then play the game. So, this is Opticor Vandal. This is I mean, it's not the craziest Riven in the world. It's just crit chance multi-shot, but it's enough crit chance. It's got a nice charge time. It does a shit ton of damage. I'm not really telling people to run around and use this. You know, it's a weird fucking weapon. It does a zillion damage. It's so much fun, but it's kind of old school, man. It's kind of old school at this point. I gotta be real with you. There's a lot of really cool weapons in this game, and I mean, it is funny. Like, I was using the Tenet Ferox as well, and I was like, fuck, man. Like, it is like of an era, but boy, I like how it just continuously shoots. All the Archon mods, I think, go on her. Yeah. It doesn't work, but it's nice. Dude. But yeah, that's Opticor Vandal. So this weapon is like this was like a weapon where I was like, okay, early on when I was playing the game, yeah, early on, quote unquote, when I was like, I had way too many ribbons for all these weapons. Favorite frame. I would probably have to say a buff frame. I don't know which buff frame I would choose. I like Rhino. I think Rhino's cool. He has a weird trade-off though. That's such a hard question for me. I've been liking Garuda more. Honestly, yeah, there's too many like fuck. I would say though, like a frame that's getting a lot, like, honestly, you know, like you could go with like Chroma and just get a zillion. I just started building Rhino. I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, like the thing that I love about Rhino is like you can build his, like, you just need the augment for his one and you can get some pretty decent iron skin. So it's like you get, yeah, Roar at its full power, and yeah, the more power strength mods you can acquire, the higher you can pump that shit, the better it feels. So yeah, I gotta say Rhino, like old school, like even base Rhino, yeah, you could care. I guess you lose armor. Chroma was once my favorite. Yeah, it's hard to say like one of my, like, honestly, and that's not even mentioning like the normal frames. Like you can see they're like fully segregated. Like, oh, there's only primes and then there's Lavos, but yeah, for the most part there's only primes at the top. So I don't know, that's always a hard question for me to answer, because it's like I find that each of them, I love in like every time I play them, I'm like, oh, this is my favorite frame. Every time they show up in the randomizer, I'm like, oh, I love this frame so much. Or like, and then there's Banshee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. Anyway, yeah, Opticor Vandal, and then of course Sigma and Octantis is just a swinging influence weapon. So it's just a sword and shield. You got a couple slash procs. You got a 200% slash proc and a 100% slash proc. So I'm just swinging it like crazy, like a madman. I got Discipline's Merit in here, so yeah, you're just landing some big numbers. I will say the nice thing is that this is what I've done is that not all of them are slam weapons. You know, like I do enjoy swinging certain weapons, and I like that I can at least get a couple slash procs. They're not going to give you the craziest damage buff in the world, but it's an incentive for me to try out a different build and play it consistently and know that, like, okay, if I'm using a sword and shield, then I'm going to be swinging it, versus like if I'm using a pole arm at this point where I'm like I'm bonking with all those things. So, or like even bow prime, dude, bow incarnate. Anyway, yeah, it's just an influence weapon. What can I say? It's like the most basic shit you've ever. I'm like, oh my god. Rolls his eyes at the zillion similar weapons in my list. But yeah, I guess that covers the thing. Should I buy the augment? I can buy the augment right now. I think that's fine. I'll put in a forma as well. Here, give me 1 sec. See how quick I can do it. All right. I think I copied their name already, so we'll see. Oh, I copied it twice. Oh, that's kind of sick. Let's see if the first one will bite. Let's see how quick. All right. I mean, I don't think it matters that I'm on stream, but that is a fire. That is a pretty nice augment. Does it like reset the duration as well? The way I play Rhino is with high shields and parasitic armor. Yeah, parasitic armor is so goated. My favorite augment is the one from Mirage Explosive. Dude, yeah, my go-to is always Hull of Malevolence, because it gives you 50% bonus damage to the clones. And so if you have over 50%, damage, then your clones just do the same amount of damage that you do. So that was Chris that clued me onto that. It seems like he didn't bite. Unfortunate. All right, we'll try again. But yeah, I guess I don't know if I have the forma. Oh, lame. All right, chat. Moving up the list. 11 plat. Nice. All right. Come on, man. I've got good vibes. Ren 18. I hope, yeah. We know what that 18 means. A few minutes. Oh, no. Sorry, man. I just started Steel Path. What's a good starter primary? That's a good question. So I would say you get access to like the Fullman. What is that? Master rank 8. So it's like Master rank 8 for like the Fullman, the Seto, the Excellitra, I think. But some of those are kind of hard to get. I like the Excellitra because you can get that from Disruption, which is just like a game mode that you can play. Like if you want the Fullman, you have to do the fucking Ropalolist, which means going there, like going and like getting an operator amp and shit. Like I'm like, fuck off. So that's been the hard one. I will say, what I did for my series called Speedrunning the New War is I went to the Orb Valis and I had to rank up to rank 4 in the Orb Valis and rank 3 in the Plains of Eidolon. And then I could craft this like super OP kit gun. And then I had like the Vigilante bonus and it was like so much shit. And then yeah, when I did the Necromex, I just shat on the like all that. It was like the easiest farm. It was like the easiest part of the entire series, bro. Like not just the simplest farm. I was like just deleting Necromex. It was kind of silly, but yeah, not to brag or anything, but it was a lot of work. It was a lot of streams. It was But what happened is when I was doing the bounties, I was leveling up my gear. And then I got to Master Rank 4 before I even went to Jupiter. I got to Master Rank 4. And then I got the Zorus before going to Jupiter. I did the Deadlock Protocol. And yeah, it was hilarious. I just ranked up a bunch of oh, look at that, dude. Oh, that's insanity. We love this. I'll give him 15. I'll give him 15, bro. No, you know it's been weird? People are like, why did you give me 15? And I'm like, I'll give him 15. I'm on stream. I'll give him a tip. All right, my man. All right, let's see it. I'm excited. I mean, that's my thing. I would rather take a buff. I would rather take that ability being more usable. That's always tried to be my philosophy, is like, yeah, if it makes the kit better, like you can use the kit better, there you go. Yeah, there's a little tip. All right. Your boy, they told me 15, so I pay 15. Easy clap. Yeah, he took it. He took it. He was like, I won't say shit. I'm not going to say no. Folkloric, welcome in. That's nice. I'm alive. Yeah, Folkloric. He survived. He was in the trenches, bro. The New Year's trenches. Alright, let's put the Forma in. Do I have Forma? I don't think I have Forma. Should I just check? I don't think I have Forma. Oh! I have a single Forma. Praise the Lord, dude. I knew it. I should always try to keep a Forma for these stream moments. This is a great take. I appreciate it. Cause yeah, I'm like, okay, it makes the 4th ability way better. I love that. I can use the 4th ability. It's a really good buff. So that's sick. Let's see if it scales. Seems pretty powerful if it does scale. Let's take a quick peek. Yep, that scales. Okay, all right. Yep, recrystallize. Yep, that scales. That's 40 meter spread rate. All right, let's test it. We'll test it live, see how often we have to click that ability. All right, chat. Hope you guys are excited. I'm a Citrine fanatic. Yeah, bro. We're going to be spamming that. A reason to use my 4th ability? Oh my god. Sorry. 250. This is only 250 range. I could take that up to 280. So 40 meters, nice round number. We love that shit. Archon stretch, arcane impetus. 100 energy. Holy shit, Amar is out of Forma. Yeah, dude. I had 6. And then I spent them on the Dark Sword and the Heat Sword and the Jaw Sword. And I'll just leave it at that. Alright, so let's play some Warframe. We already talked about the Knell. We already talked about all the gear. It's 7:23. I've been straight mogging you guys for 23 minutes. Not playing the video game. Just yapping like a madman. Oh! Sorry, already bought. LOL. RIP. Sorry. Bozo. Okay. Sorry. Alright. Before I get too distracted, yeah, we still have an hour on the alchemy. That's 2 rounds at least. Yeah, man. And then the next weapons that I have to put Forma into are the single Comac, the normal Bolto, what else? The single Stubba. Just in case they show up in Duviri. That's like kind of the only reason. But yeah, those are the only weapons that I didn't have crafted. And then the Viper Wraith has eluded me. I show up to fucking, what's his face? I show up to Barrow every single time he shows up. I look him in the eyes. I'm like, hey, thanks for my Viper. Oh, no. Wait, I gotta... definitely gotta spec into power mods for Rhino. Yeah, the way I play Rhino is high. Okay, caught up with that. Where are you from? I love your content. Oh yeah, I'm from India. My dad's from India. But yeah, hey, they named an Archon after me, so what can I say? Oh, this is what I mean, dude. Look at the Opticor, dude. Look how fast you shoot this. It's so... We'll run around with the primary for a little bit. I'll show you the Knell, but I have to use it at least a little bit. I realize, like, I'm not going to do it. Also, guess what, chat? I want you guys to know I'm not using Zenyuric. I'm testing out Madurai. I've been testing it just a little bit. Alright, I've been just running Omnias with it. I still don't run Elite Archimedia. I still keep Zenuric just to make sure that I have energy coming in. So, alright, let's click this. Do I need to refund this after this? So, excuse me, I'm going a little bit kooky. I've been thinking about putting blast damage on this shit, actually, man. This has got me really out here being like, wait a minute, I might put this on Ferox as well. That might make it a little bit crazy. So that's me, like, I mean, you got to be constantly thinking about it, right? You got to be constantly changing shit up, trying different setups out. Like, I still have 100 munitions, but I gotta say, I feel like if I was blasting motherfuckers, if I was like giving them that nice AoE, I might do that on Ferox. I'll probably leave Javlock as it is, because Javlock has like the innate heat damage, so you can do a pretty crazy setup. Why did I pick that up? Alright, chat. Keep it moving. Yeah, that's enough Opticor. Excuse me, what did I say? That's enough Opticor. Yeah, I guess we just sit back and relax now, chat. This is gonna be the rest of the stream. Well, yeah, I guess we'll do this. Yeah, we do 25 minutes at a time, or like 5 rounds at a time. So, yeah, the next time we go in, we'll do the same thing. I'll use the Opticor or whatever the primary is. I'll use that for however long I want, and then you'll just see me swapping back and forth between your boy and. What is this? Yeah, this is the Sigma and Octantis. Yeah, this is just a... I just know it's a shortened shield. Shortened shield. What can I say, chat? I'm losing it already. I can't handle it. I'm not doing good. Use your 4. Bro, where's the enemies? Use it on what? I hate this mission. I wish there were more enemies. I'm mad, dude. You see how awful this enemy density is? This is what pisses me off about this mission. I'm like... Why are they so slow? Like, I'm barely doing anything around here. Are you kidding me? Use my 4. Fucking use my other abilities. You kidding me? I mean, yeah. Every Omnia. Yeah, I have something to complain about with every single Omnia, but they come in waves, chat. They'll keep moving. Oh, perfect opportunity. There you go. And then we get to see it spread. Oh, here we go. There you go. I see it. I see little crystals. That's pretty easy. Are they frozen if they... Oh. Okay. Oh, they do have the crystals, and they just keep moving. Oh, I see. Oh, now that's... Oh, how long do these last? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to get way outside my crystal range, bro. I'm going to get way outside the... Oh, my God. Well, I do think I want, like, a casting speed shard. Oh, I hate to put 3 shards in a normal frame, but I don't think it's too much work. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Dump my whole energy. I gotta say, like, that's kind of what Impetus is for. You get a pretty nice efficiency boost, and I don't know, I'm kind of chilling from there. I need to recast all of my abilities, but yeah, I mean, I think it's sick. Look how easily it just spreads and it just stays active. Like, what's the cooldown on that shit? Oh my God. Are you not doing EDAs on Monday anymore? Dude, after the recent Elite Archimedias I've done, dude, fuck no. Here's what always happens. Well, first of all, I just get bad squads on Monday. I just, bro, I feel like I would have to relog over and over, but no, dude. Like, I do those on Sundays, and the amount of, like, failed hit register, and just like, oh my God. I did learn an interesting secret about Elite Archimedia, which is, if you're doing a mirror defense, if you summon the Necromech like at the last 5 seconds of the round, then like as soon as the defense moves to the next objective, then that Necromech will just die, and then it'll still reduce the timer on the next stage. So you can just fully do that. Oh, it's fucking violence. Of course it's violence. I just pretty much need to headshot violence. Do I not have any of the buffs? I don't think I have any of the galvanized buffs. I think this is just pure doming him in the face. Oh, I have multi-shot. Okay, I do have some of it. Okay, we're chilling. Never mind. But yeah, my boy's dead, unfortunately. I think Worm got a little bit nuked. Do I just not have a slam? That's what I'm realizing. I'm actually contemplating like whether I even. Oh, that's my slam. Ooh, bro, for an alchemy, this is not good. This is no bueno. All I do in an alchemy to speedrun this shit is just normal slam around the map. I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, the fucking sword and shield that you throw. Oh my god. So there's another trade-off. There's something that's gonna piss me off for the rest of the mission. Shout out Anglo Celt for following as well. I missed that. Oh my god. Just visited Destiny stream and all I can say is holy toxic. Yeah, what can I say? There's a meme that goes around where like it was like one kid was like, he showed up and he just left like the lamest like live chat, like the comment in the TikTok chat, and he was like, bro, this is why Destiny is so much better than Warframe. And then from that day on I was like, oh god, all these comments start to feel like Destiny kids. So fuck, man. Oh, my nose is just killing me. I shave and then I feel like I get all these little hairs just all over the room. I have to use a broom to like sweep everything up. You know, it's the guy who talked about the Citrine augment. Yeah, dude, and ooh, bro, the ability at which I can keep that ability active. Sorry to phrase it like that. That's making me struggle a little bit. Maybe I should put some energy mods in here, but I don't know. It's more that I don't feel like there's enough enemies around. Like, I do love Citrine for survivals. Like, so much fun for a I gotta say, man, Citrine is all you need. The 3, yeah, literally. Like, and I sometimes, yeah, I'm kind of debating having such high range. I might just drop overextended altogether, but I do like the really high range on the 3. I like just being like, hey, whatever squad I'm going with, you pretty much don't have to worry about the range, because I don't know exactly how big it is, but it's pretty criminal. The last time I checked, should hit these guys while I'm here. That's the thing. I try to have enough energy to fucking cast my 1 at least. But what do I? Oh, I reset her. Oh, that's why I have no energy. Oh. I'm feeling a little embarrassed right now, but you can see there was a point where alchemy just had like I want so much more enemy density, honestly, because it is scary in Elite Archimedia sometimes with certain augments, but I don't think it's too crazy. Is this guy going to be invincible? Nah, he's chilling. He's a weakling. There are these moments where these necromechs spawn, and I swear to God, you know, it's the same build. The necromech is the same level, and that dude has like, you know, 10 times as much damage attenuation, and I am just dumping bullets, and I'm like, you should not be living this long. This is not. Destiny is in an actual terrible spot at the game. Yeah, dude, that's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I get weird snippets of a lot of different communities, but with a lot of those communities, I'm like, you know, I always appreciate, you know, all the different input. I think, you know, I had a couple friends who played Destiny, you know, back when I worked at that job, but yeah, I don't know. It was like weird for me to understand, you know, as someone who's played Warframe for so long. It's hard for me to articulate because I don't really have a lot to say. Like, I don't really know enough about Destiny or the community. I know that they always had a lot of complaints, and they felt like it was leaning in a bad direction, but that's what I mean. It's like I'll always have such a strange view of that game, and I think it's such an interesting thing. It's like, it's an insanely popular, insanely successful franchise. It's had these huge ups. It's had some downs as well. This is like Amar, the fence sitter, the max level fence sitter. He's just chilling there, no matter how it feels. But yeah, I mean, it's like I'm always curious to hear everybody's opinion. That's what I mean. Is like, whenever people like talk to me about Destiny, I'm always so intrigued by like the journey that it's gone on, and like where that studio has come from, and like where they're at now, and like to just think like there's so many different voices in that game, in that community, you know, outside of just the development staff. Like, you have, and to get all that input and to be on the other end of that, to be the developer, they're they're like, oh fuck, like to be in their mind, you know, just think about like what's going on in their mind, like what's their thought process, like what is their logic behind the decisions they made, like regardless of whether the decisions are, you know, generally seen as good or bad. I'm always just like, dude, I love that shit. Like people who are like, they make a lot of money, but they're like, oh god, fuck. The complaints definitely are plentiful, but most of them are warranted. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I think it's like to be like a developer and to have to like take in all that feedback and be like, okay, what do we do with all this feedback, and what's the future for this game? Like, I think it must be so, I mean, I would assume, I don't know if hope is the right word, but it's like, you know, I hope it's like a kind of a burden or a little bit something like that. Like, these people have invested so much of their life and so much of their time, and they've become content creators around your game, and they've made it a part of their lives for so long, and so it's so important, and it's this huge weight, and I'm like, god, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. You know, I've always had a dream of like making a game, and if you watch any of the last couple streams that I've done, like Friday streams that aren't Warframe, you're like, okay, if I were to take a guess what kind of game this guy would make, okay, you kind of get a feel for it pretty quickly. So, you know, I don't know, like, I think I'm gonna maybe take a break and then come back with Wo Long, but we'll see. But yeah, for the most part, it's like, I will always tell everybody to start off with is like, Warframe has always like decided what games I love like forever. Like, just the way that this game plays, it's so arcadey. There's so many choices to make, like so many builds to craft, and I will say it is like it's still a looter shooter, so it's always got to have some kind of, you know, RNG and you know, procedural generation, and I think I've always had a liking for that stuff. You know, you talk about like Terraria and Minecraft and all this stuff. It's just like, yeah, are they all the same? No, but like there's something about them that intrigues you, which is like the replayability and like the randomization, and there's no incentive for you to randomize your gear, for you to like try out different weapons. The incentive is you know what the strongest weapons are. You can pretty much parse it down. You could I don't know what you would call, you would take the general masses and be like, yeah, you know, Torrid, Incarnate, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I think part of it is, ooh, oh, I don't have my defensive ability. I think part of it for me is like, I don't know. I think as you play the game, like this game is like it's been my whole life. Like, you know, I really started playing it seriously in like 2017, and dude, like I have just been, you have these like phases. Like I will always end up having these phases. It's crazy to use, you know, like the Opticor Vandal is like honestly kind of nostalgic for me because it was like a weapon, you know, it came out with the Thermia Fractures mission, which was like a follow-up to, it was like the Hildren update, I guess you would say. Oh, look at this, dude. I'm putting more crystals on this guy. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, he's still going down. We're chilling. He's a weakling version of the Necromech. Yeah, like it was like Thermia Fractures so early on. It was like when I was far enough into the game that I had done everything and I was starting to accumulate Rivens, and I was just like, whoa, this weapon has cool stats. Oh, I got a Riven for it. Oh, wow. And then you would just have this influx of veiled Rivens that you would just accumulate. I think the thing that Destiny that's bad now is that they have taken out so much of the old content and reworked the build system to be so boring and generic. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like, I think it's just this huge burden to, you know. I mean, it is up to them at that point. Like it's a lot of work. Like I think making a game is like, it seems like, you know, it's a lot of people's dreams, but there's so much work involved. And there's so much stuff like this that you will learn about it years and years. Like games as a service is specifically will always have this where you're constantly updating, you're constantly changing things. You know, hotfixes are so important. Opticor Incarnate. No, Opticor Vandal is very strong. That does not need an Incarnate. Opticor Vandal has its strengths. I don't think it needs an Incarnate. That's hilarious. Oh my god. No, Opticor Incarnate, Tenet Ferox, Javlok, give them a shot. They're a lot of fun. Javelok specifically is a great time. That's a weird-ass, funky-ass weapon. It's silly as hell. It's fun to get. I don't know how early you can get it, but you can get it pretty early, and you can give them a wallop. You can give an absolute wallop. I miss the old builds. You could shatter stasis crystals and make solar-seeking wells because those counted as explosions. Oh, so it's like interactions and stuff. Interesting. Yeah, but that's my thing is, I'm always impressed by you're like, oh fuck, you're like how far into this games as a service, and it's the second game, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like the different version, you know, think about how many times Destiny has changed, right? How many times Destiny has rethought itself and shifted stuff around. The damage hurts. Are you new? Lol. Is he talking to me? Or is he talking to drama stories? Yeah. Oh no, probably drama stories. But yeah, no, that was a top tier. That was a straight up meme comment. If ever I've seen one, a meme comment, that's maxed out. Yeah, we love Tenet Ferox as well. Is a fun one. It has an interesting little grouping mechanic. It's like not the strongest thing in the world. I'm like, haha, very cool, awesome, and then I move on. Alright, let's hit this. Get our buffs going, chat. I gotta make sure to at least cast my one. But yeah, I'm struggling right now. Only 13. Only level 13. And yeah, look at all these fire orbs. Woo! The game loves me, chat. It'll cull these orbs at a certain point. It loves to just fuck me over. I'm like, fuck. I swear to God. Oh, we get Mania. Ooh, can I DPS Mania before he activates the shield? I think I can. Yeah, fucking cold damage, dude. Cold damage, honestly, dude. It's more and more. I'm like, yeah. So I talk about it in the when I do the primary crux video that's coming out. Oh, I should mention, chat. I hate to say it. I gotta be real, chat. I'm in my fucking flop era. I'm in my flop era, man. Yeah, it was I mean, especially, I think it's just, I have to make a video that does better numbers than the Aya video, because that's it. That's all. It's for, so on TikTok, it's just the Aya video and the Wukong video, and it's like, so far they're like, nah, they're like, I appreciate everybody that's been watching the Encumber video and the Enervate, but I'm like, oh, I hate to, you gotta be real with yourself. But yeah, I felt like, okay, if I'm in my flop era, I'll do one more flop. I'll do primary crux. I'll talk about, you know, primary crux and shotgun vendetta and all these different primary arcanes, and then there you go. There's the different loadouts that I'll rock on different builds, and I'll get to show off a pretty wide variety of weapons. And you know, literally when I talked about primary merciless, it was like, yeah, it was like a walk down memory lane on like old school weapons that have like been in my list for so long and just have been strong for so long. Alright, what am I missing? They can't make a lot of keywords, didn't work there where they should have, like I played. Make a Destiny 3 like 3 to 4 years ago, but after Activision and Bungie split, they just kept D2 and vaulted all the content from those first few years that made D2. Oh. Yeah, these are like, I'm surprised I can read these and survive. But that's part of it, dude. There's no enemies around. I'm chilling so much that I'm just letting my Knell burn and I'm just reading chat, so fucking, I hate to say it, man, alchemy has become overrated. Alchemy has become lame as fuck. And then it has these waves where just like suddenly all the enemies exist. I'm like, where was this? I want this consistency. Yeah, you know, like, sorry. I was gonna say so. Oh my god. No, I mean, like, part of the alchemy is like, bro, the orb hunt. I'm like, all right, done killing. Time to run around and pick up a bunch of orbs for a couple minutes. When I do this solo, I'm so good at doing this solo. You know, I put on a podcast, I put on a fucking YouTube video, and I'm burning through this alchemy, just being like, just spamming like back and forth so much faster. I need to get Crux for my Galaxion. Oh my god. I can't talk anymore about D2. I'll get upset again. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, paragraph length equals anger level. Oh, chat, we're having a good time. But yeah, should I cast 4? Chat, I'm feeling a little goofy. It's a silly stream, right? It's a Monday. We're having a good time. Honestly, I've been enjoying just doing the Omnias. Dude, all I've been doing is putting whatever my roles are, whatever the Warframe and then all the different weapons are, I just put that shit in the description. And then like, yeah, every once in a while, one of my videos that's just titled, you know, more Omnias with random gear just gets more views than all the others. Maybe it's like double, maybe sometimes it's triple, but it's not a crazy number. But yeah, I do these like title and thumbnail videos on the Monday so that I've been thinking about posting stuff on Friday. I don't know how you guys feel about like, I was thinking about cutting up these segments and just doing like a, you know, here was the highlight of the week. I don't know exactly what to call it. I feel like it would be better. I don't know. I'm thinking about it right now, but yeah, currently now that I'm finishing up, you know, I'm doing the primary arcane video, and so I have the script for that. That's going to be, you know, recorded and stuff over the weekend, and then that'll go up next Friday. So I've been thinking about, I don't know, maybe I'll fucking cut up a clip or something and show it up. See how it does. But yeah, I'm thinking about some stuff right now. I can't talk about the real spot. You think naming the videos just one let out that seemed interesting would benefit more from the algo? Yeah, I've thought about that. Like going back through and choosing the, I don't know, I guess it would be the first one, but yeah, it's definitely not a bad idea. You know, like most people are gonna watch the first round and then maybe they watch the rest, but it's not. I would say I would probably just do whatever the first round is, because that's gonna be the one that you're gonna see right off the bat. So I think that's a pretty good take. Just going in and doing that. The main reason that I don't do that is so I don't have to make a title and thumbnail. The main reason that I have just say random Omnias is just so I can just upload the same thing every single week. I can do a title. I don't think I would do a thumbnail. I try to not do a thumbnail if I can. It saves me a little bit of headache sometimes, but I have thought about just like doing that more, whatever the first roll is, just going and doing it. Like the name of a frame or weapon and just watch someone play for a bit. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I have thought about like, yeah, there have been times where I go back and do the thing, but I think that's actually a pretty easy thing to do. I might just do that. You'll see that for the next stream. How about that? Yeah, I can. And that's the thing, is I just have to, it's a randomizer, so I know what it is before we play, so I have all the time in the world to do it. So I appreciate the tip. I think that is probably the best thing. But yeah, in the description, yeah, I mean, it was nice to see that it's just randomly one of the videos just pops off. You don't even need a thumbnail. You can just put a screenshot of some random bit from the stream. Yeah, I try to at least have a, you know, text or some kind of thumbnail. I feel like a screenshot is just kind of looks ugly. I don't know. I'll always try to do at least something as a thumbnail, but I've definitely thought more about you know, doing something. But it's not difficult to make a thumbnail, dude. I mean, like, I guess the main thing is I would just put you know, the Warframe. Usually I just put the Warframe in the thumbnail. Oh, fuck off, dude. Here's the moment, chat. Here's the moment. I guess I gotta spam a little bit of melee info. Caught in a little bit of a bind right now. Alright, safe. Cast this. Cast that. Alright. Excuse me, chat. I forgot to cast my abilities. This is what happens. You get a little bit behind, and then you're suffering for it till the end of your days, man. I swear to God. But that's what influence is there for. That's why you got it. You lag your game a little bit, and then you're chilling. There you go. Easy clap. All right. Just relax. Back to normal. But yeah, that's definitely something that I've been thinking about. Is like, I don't think it's too much work to at least do something different for every stream. Yeah, that's, I mean, the proof is in the pudding that, you know, you just put it in the description, and even just putting in the description, like, puts it in the SEO for people to search for. So, yeah, maybe your boy needs to be crafting some better titles and thumbnails. I will say, I gotta get back into it. I love me a good title. I'm like, honestly, Amar the Clickbait King. That's kind of, I mean, it's the same concept every single time, but it does end up being different. So I appreciate that aspect of it, that it will always have some built-in variety. And so yeah, I mean, I'll have full freedom to know, so I can make as many thumbnails as I want. I mean, I'll know which Warframe I'm using, so yeah, that I don't think that's too crazy. So I appreciate the take. I enjoy being lazy, but Chad, I gotta be a better content creator. Fine. I have to make better content. Fine. Best kick gun combination. My go-to when I did speedrunning the new war is I had a Toon Finger primary with the Shrewd grip, which is like the second fastest grip. So you have like a 0.8 second charge time at base. And then, yeah, that I killed every Necromech with that. I love Vermisplicer primary, pretty sick as well. Honestly, like the primary variants of the kit guns are like pretty savage most of the time. The gaze, like the secondary gaze is better. It's the chain beam, but I'm telling you, man, there's some goofy ass, and you can make them have infinite energy or infinite ammo, which is also pretty baller. And they have higher dispo, dude. True. Do people just not use kit guns? I've noticed that like when I tell people about my kit gun builds, they're like, whoa, like they don't, they're like, yeah, I don't use kit guns. So I was spamming. Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like, what is it? Most of the kit, I'd say Rattle Guts is bad. Like if you get a Rattle Guts kit gun Riven, yeah, get fucked. You do full autos are not bad. You could probably put blast damage on it, and I don't think it would be too terrible. But yeah, if you get a Rattle Guts Riven, I hate to say it, man, you lost. When you got the other choices, like you compare it to the other choices, like yeah, some of them mean you have to like level up in Demos, but that's not hard, dude. Those kit gun parts are like so good. Those are so sick. I can rock that shit all day. Toon Finger's dope. I got a Riven for it, yeah, dude. No, that's the easiest. That's the easiest one to just max out. I don't think I have a Riven for every shotgun at this point, but I think I have a Riven for every shotgun that I use. That might be all the shotguns at this point. I'm not sure, but there's actually a surprising amount of them, and sometimes I get a little bit lost. Level 19 with Citrine. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? I did 5 rounds with Alchemy, and I didn't level up Citrine, bro. That's so fucking cringe. That's so cringe. That pisses me off so much, dude. I swear to God, you don't run level cap because of how long it takes. Yeah. Like what is it? 26 and a half rounds in Void Cascade, bro. I'm doing fucking 10 rounds and I'm out of there. Need an Infinity Booster? No, I need more enemies, dude. Yeah, I'm getting swarmed by Eximus and I'm not fucking leveling up. But no, I don't need an Infinity Booster. I'm trolling, obviously, but come on, chat. We can hang around a little bit longer. We're not super worried. All right. I guess I should go run towards that objective. And is the extraction that way? No, the extraction is in the opposite direction. So I'll have to slow down a little bit, but I'm okay. I can run around and kill some more enemies. I'm a big boy. But yeah, this is what I mean. Alchemy has its moments, and all of them make me sad. They all slow me down too much. Oh, there you go. Okay. But I don't think I'm going to get a lot of kills. I think they're all going to be over there, but this is always the weirdest part. Can I get a headshot? No. All right. Yeah, the worst final, what is it, minute? Rank 29. I could probably leave it at rank 29. We're probably too far out at this point. Maybe we'll catch some stragglers on the way back in, but I'll leave it at 29. I'm not super worried about that. Rattle Guts is the best kick gun. Dude, fuck no. I mean, it's a full auto. That's what I'm saying. You could potentially put blast damage on it and put primary crux on it, and you might make it work pretty well. But yeah, I haven't used that weapon in such a long... All of my kit gun weapons are bugged. They don't work in the usage. They don't rank up. They're the only weapons that I just don't use because they never change in the usage. So they're just essentially stuck where they're at forever. So I use them in like specific situations. Like I like the gaze secondary, but yeah, like it. It makes me sad. I do love the Tomb Finger in both versions. They're both very good. Oh, but I mean, yeah, let's play some more. I guess it's more alchemy, but we'll be a little bit better. But unfortunately, yeah, suffering a little bit in terms of like enemy density to actually like use my fourth ability, kind of lame. I was like, I'm always surprised. Like, there's this strange moment where it's like there's survival and then there's everything else. Like, Cascade has its moments, but it also has these weird moments where, I don't know. It's like you're either surrounded by enemies or there's no enemies around. Yeah, level cap takes too long to reach in most content. Yeah, like mostly I would do it in in Cascade. How many rounds do you do of alchemy? 10. Yeah, 10 max. I'm doing 50 minutes in a survival. I'm doing 10 rounds in alchemy. I'm doing 10 rounds in Cascade. If I'm crazy, I'm doing 10 rounds. Otherwise, I'm doing 5. But most of the time at this point, I'm doing 5, dude. So I can just be the fuck up out of there. Disruption the best. Second best. Takes like 2 hours. Fucking Christ, man. That's not bad, though. I mean, 2 hours isn't crazy. But you're just like... Isn't it like you're clearing one... You're clearing one conduit every minute. Like, when I saw the speed run, it was like an hour and a half. I don't know exactly how long it was, but I know it's like you're basically soloing all of the demolishers. Maybe it's like duoing it, but you're definitely doing 2 at once. Yeah, for most things, but Disruption and Cascade don't take longer. Yeah. No, Cascade is pretty ruthless, man. To me, it'll always be like my hardest mode. It'll just be the most stressful. Oh, Yareli again. Oh, we get to return. #return to Yareli. I don't know. I've been thinking about swapping some stuff around, but I will probably leave Yareli as it is. But here's the thing. Oh, 756 already. Damn. I'm cruising. Where are we at? Ooh, the Phage. I did change some stuff up. That's an interesting combo. That should work pretty well. I'm not using it. I'm using the Knell. Although the Knell is going to be really hard to get headshots with. We'll see. You may see me spamming a lot of Sigma and Octantis. I could see myself doing 8-round alchemy for 2C rotations. Get them juicy Tennokai mods. Yeah, the only reason that I do 5 rounds at a time is so that I always get that relic. I try to have a good relic income as well as relic burning ability. Because, I mean, it's gonna happen eventually, chat. I'm gonna hit the apex where I will have the most relics I'll ever have, and then there will be a diminishing supply way into the future. I'd already be doing just sitting and yeah. All right, well, what else do we got? It should be do I take a bonk? I feel like I should take a bonk. I'm going to be using influence quite a bit, so I think I might take a bonk. But yeah, still using Knell. Alright, let's do it. I mean, the main thing with Yareli is like, this is a max range grouping. Well, not max range, but pretty close to that. This is 265% range for a 39.75 meter range. But this just doesn't work with Overguard. So, definitely struggling there. Also, yeah, Breach Surge won't stun with Overguard. I don't know if the radiation will do that. So you struggle a lot with Overguard around, but you do still have Sea Snares and Breach Surge. These will kind of combo together. I don't have a lot of power strength. That's why I just use this, because, you know, if you're lucky, you'll stun them. Otherwise, it just will proc the sparks, and that's it. I need to farm relics, yeah. That's why I try to have good relic income. Relic farm is only another reason I want to do long-ass disruptions. True. Dude, disruptions are so good for that. There is pretty much a way to spot farm every single level of relic in the game through disruptions. And only, well, maybe not only disruptions, but I think only disruptions, from what I can tell. I don't know if there's another game mode like it, but yeah, you can do specific ones. Because my ADHD ass doesn't commit, I'm only getting 1 mission done. Yeah, true. But I love Omnias, dude. They'll always be the only thing I ever play. I hate to say it, man. I spam them way too much. But, I mean, the thing that I'm also going to suffer a lot with is Loyal Marulina. Bro, I have to recast this shit so much. That does kill me a little bit. It is just damage reduction in the same way that I was using Citrine. So it's a kind of a similar setup, but yeah, not a lot of power strength. You should be spamming sea snares. It's a very useful ability. 200% damage vulnerability with nothing on the power strength shows you how high you can take that. So it's insanely high damage vulnerability. It's crazy. But yeah, I guess that pretty much covers it. Let's do the Phage. This Riven is crazy. This is giving me a massive buff to my blast procs. I do have Shotgun Vendetta in here to also buff the blast procs. And that's it. Blaze is also doing that. So we've got Galvanized Savvy. It is viral and blast, so it's a pretty crazy setup. It's got a short beam range, but it's still 25 meters. So, bro, I realized the Embolist has a fucking 9-meter range. I was like, oh my god. There was someone who left a comment on that. It was really making me struggle. So yeah, that's an absurd Riven. What is that? 255% damage. Yeah, 8 times crit multiplier. So on top of Arcane Avenger, I'm mostly spamming the Knell, but I don't know if I'm getting. I bet the Lich Phage will still have decent dispo. That Riven will be a pretty good price. Never in my wildest dreams would I sell any of my Rivens. It is a god roll, but never, man. If I have a Riven at this point, it's because I want that Riven, and it belongs with me forever. I'm straight up Bilbo. I'm straight up Gollum. Do not take that shit away from me. I guess we talk about Knell. Sorry, I'm kind of waffling, but yeah, we showed the build again if you're curious. If you're new to the stream in the time between, but yeah, cold reload speed, multi-shot. This is saving a mod sauce. This is crazy. And prime heated charge. The bullet just does a shit ton of damage. It's not buffing the blast proc, but yeah, that's totally fine because you got secondary encumber plus galvanized shots, so you know, procking every status effect in the game. And then Tonbo, bonk fluence, Tonbo, focus energy, melee prowess, weeping wounds, galvanized elementalist, boreal's hatred or boreal's contempt. Insane amounts of status chance buffs. So you've got 62%. You're gonna add 160 from Weeping Wounds because that is 4 stacks from Galvanized Reflex. You're going to add 120 from Galvanized Elementalist, so you're proccing a lot of status. Yeah, hilarious. 5% crit chance. But Arcane Avenger is just making that 50% crit chance. So it's not the craziest thing in the world, but I'll be thankful to have a Bonk Fluence, and you'll kind of see why. So we'll see how energy hungry this build is. Because, yeah, like I said, I don't have Zenuric, so I'm trying to test that more. I guess it means that I should be using Sling Strength, if I can say that without slurring my fucking words. But yeah, let's play Warframe. 8:02. Still good time. But yeah, keep moving. And like I said, perfect timing. But yeah, we're probably going to do the second one slower than the first one. I think we'll still be better, so thankfully this isn't fucking Void Cascade, or excuse me, Conjunction Survival, where like every 5 minutes, yeah, you're going to get the Thrax enemies, but you're also just going to get non-stop Corrupted Ancients for like, there's an Omnia Cascade. Yeah, fuck no. Do I have a choice? Yeah, I'm not doing it. I could care less how awful Alchemy is. I'll take that over a Cascade. Well, I wanted to chill anyway. No. If I have the opportunity to not play Void Cascade, I will take that opportunity. Chat, I'll be real with you. I will be 100% straight. I'm not gonna post her for a single second. Yeah, if I have a choice between Void Flood and anything else, I'm taking anything else. Unfortunately, Zeramin is my least favorite of the Omnias. It is always the most burden on this guy right here, so still chilling. But yeah, I think I might be casting the Yareli bubble. Never. I might only be casting these little sea snare bubbles. So we'll just have a fun, grand old time. We'll get a nice crit chance buff. We love the crit chance buff for our pistol. So we're kind of maxing out with Knell, running low on energy, but I have a feeling we can start refunding it pretty quickly. I've still got some buff. I've still got some armor from my girl Marilena. I'm gonna be honest, I'm going to be a little bit dangerous with Marlena. I'm going to fail to keep that shit active. It's going to be cringe. I'm gonna cry a little bit. See, not active anymore. Incredibly embarrassing. Just chill out. I should get Sling Strength going for that. That will give me a nice little buff. But maybe I'm just maxing out with Knell and not even using the 4th ability. I may go crazy like that, but yeah, I guess you saw like 5 seconds of the Phage. I may give you some more Phage gameplay, but unfortunately, Yareli is giving me a pistol buff, so I should be spamming Knell, and only Knell for basically the whole mission. So maybe I cast Breach Surge more. Do I need to keep Bonk Fluence active as well? We got 2 stacks of that. We do have Focus Energy, so I can just constantly bonk way faster. There's the Influence proc. Chillin'. Oh, embarrassing. Alright. Just relax a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna settle in for a little bit of stuff. So that's the thing, is I do appreciate that Yareli will still just have the pistol buff. That's just a really nice crit chance buff for your pistol. I'll just run around with my pistol all day long. And Loyal Marlena makes it a complete joke. 20k, we love that. That's pretty nice. Oh, I didn't even have... Oh, I guess it doubled my power strength, didn't it? Okay. Really wish I had Sling Strength. God, I can't catch a break here. Guy who messes up every other sentence is forced to say that so often now. Oh my god. The worst clips you'll ever see. But yeah, still chilling so far. Oh, come on, man. I think part of it is that, I don't know, like, am I just a survival fiend? Is that what I'm realizing? Like, survival will just always be such a classic mode for me. So easy to do 10 rounds of, you know, to do 50 minutes of survival. Oh my god. You turn down effects, noticing the slam doesn't seem to distort the area, or is that just stream? No, I do. Well, yeah, I do have most of my effects turned down super low. I have most of my effects turned down as far as they'll go because, of course, I am streaming on many different platforms, so I'm suffering a little bit. What frame? This is Yareli, not even using most of her abilities. But that was a while ago. I think they said that a while ago. But they're gone now, unfortunately. Alright, chillin'. What time? 3 minutes, 55 seconds. Yeah, whatever. We did it at the 4-minute mark. Cool. Take it or leave it. Alright, nice and easy. Oh, look at this guy here. This is what I mean, man. Gone? Gone. Can we bonk this dude? I don't know how good my bonk is going to do. No, it's not going to do the craziest damage, but we're still chilling. Nice and easy. Okay, perfect. Oh, and then we had Arcane Avenger on top of that. Totally forgot about that. So we're getting a nice crit chance buff for our pistol. Woof. The Tonbo has 50% crit chance now. That's so fucking stupid. God, I love Arcane Adventure. Oh my god. Safe? Alright, chilling. Yeah, this is the weirdest part. You're just... It's just like immediately the whole mission is just running around and bonking the pipes, and I'm like not even doing anything else. Like, bro, like it's the strangest. Like when this shows up in Circuit, you know, when Sybaris and Karnan came out and Sicarus and Karnan came out, the last time I did Steel Pass Circuits, which was the last time. I've thought about going back in, but for doing some Steel Pass Circuits, but I feel like chat. I like the idea of the title and thumbnail. I feel like you guys do deserve it, but I've been realizing it, man. I don't know how YouTube treats my algorithm. I don't know how it treats my videos. I feel like it would do an interesting thing to my channel, just like constant titles and thumbnails that, you know, every once in a while you just throw in. I feel like calling it throwing shit at the wall or throwing spaghetti at the wall is like bad, but that's like the vibe is just throwing shit at the SEO constantly and just seeing how people react. I would get some crazy comments. I know I would get some crazy comments of people being like, why the fuck are you using this build? You're using the Tonbo? I mean, man. The title and thumbnail the title may be too long, That's what I realized. I may have to put some stuff in the description. It may just be the Warframe and then whatever weapon is the coolest. I mean, mostly just the Knell. That's what kind of sucks is like recently it has just only been the Knell to rank it up. But yeah, I mean, to put the Knell in my title and thumbnail for like what would it be, like 7 streams in a row, it would be a little bit criminal, but I do think that is a fair play. I feel like, I don't know, because you know, when the Seto Prime comes out, that's what I'm going to be spamming, nothing but the Seto Prime. It would be weird to be like Steinex and Seto, you know, every single Warframe and Seto, you know, for that entire period where I'm ranking up the Seto. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, it's this weird conundrum where it's like I end up in a lot of situations where, like, because I'm having to like rank stuff up in the list, it's just nothing. It's like all Knell all the time. You're like, okay, we get it. Yeah, you like the Knell, and it's like, Chad, I hate to do it to you. It's more Knell. It's more Knell gameplay. You get to watch me fail to get headshots for hours and hours and hours of beautiful, high-quality stream footage. Yeah, I mean, I made the adjustments. I tried to make sure that the bitrate didn't compress it too bad. So these Omnias are definitely the test. I do appreciate the solo Omnias. They save me a little bit of bandwidth. They make me survive a little bit better. So all things considered, like, part of why I haven't done Elite Archimedia is just like the amount of like failed hit register and like just like FPS lag and like connection lag that I would get in those Elite Archimedias was just awful. And just being in a 4-player squad with that many effects happening, I was just getting absolutely shot. You know, you'd be doing the boss, you'd be doing the fucking fragmented one, and you would just be getting shafted, I swear to God. It's just, yeah, like, I would be just playing in a squad, just no streaming or anything, and it would be like fucking 55 FPS. There's just too much shit happening on screen. You know, my homies, you know, the Baruch he's spamming it, doing max damage, just, oh, it was crazy. What's the terrible downside? Fucking failing to get headshots every 6 seconds. Did you see how often that happened to me? Have you been paying attention? How many times there's an Acolyte that spawns and I don't have my Knell buff, and I'm like, oh, I have to land a headshot or I have to wait 1.5 seconds. Do I suck at landing headshots? Absolutely yes. Yeah. No, that's a yes. Am I panicking as soon as I need to land that headshot? Absolutely, 100%, 1,000,000,000% yes. So it's a usability downside that has been like the most important thing for me recently, like defining weapons by like how brainless they are and like how easy they are to just whip out and just nuke everything instantly. Like, that's kind of why I love the Accelitra, because you just like whip it out and just like delete. Seemed pretty good so far. I came like 30 minutes. Yeah, but that's what I mean, is like, that means I'm playing well. The downside is you are struggling to play well. Like, the downside can be managed. It's not like a permanent, it's not like force. Like, that's part of why I'm getting at, is like, all usability downsides can be managed. And what I'm trying to do by telling you the downside exists is just to tell you the downside exists so that you can manage it accordingly and build around it. And you know, maybe you only use the Scourge. Maybe you're Xenospire and you're like, whenever I use the Knell, I'm also using the Scourge. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you are. So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. Like, that's what I meant. Like, you have to mention it. Like, it's interesting. Like, people, you know, people bring it up sometimes where I'm like, I want to mention it. You know, when I did my Aya video, I was like, I got this comment from this guy, and he was like, it's weird for you to say high level gear and level 40 to 60 in the same breath. And I was like, I'm just trying to warn people, new players especially, that like, yeah, start with the earlier bounties, all right? Just go to Earth, do the earlier bounties. You're gonna have a hug. Like 40 to 60 is a pretty big jump. That'll make you suffer. Like, you can still do pretty well in like the, you know, what is it, 10 to 30 and 20 to 40 or 30 to 50. I don't know exactly what it is, but like 20 to 40 or 30, you know, like, you can still do pretty well and put in a little bit of work in the 20 to 40. So it's like, if you're really new to the game and you're like, oh wow, I want to look at getting this Aya, like, I think it's mostly like, oh, people are, you know, just be a little bit cautious if you're new to the game and doing those higher level bounties, because they're a little bit ruthless. I don't want anyone getting obliterated. You know, just know that you can still get Aya from the earlier bounties. It may not be as much, but you won't be totally screwed if you're like super new to the game. Because yeah, at a certain point, like when you're beyond like 40 to 60, when you're in that range, then you've got the best gear and you can do all that shit. Like once you're trashing, like level 40 to 60 is like, yeah, you're starting to get into the necromech territory. Did this guy become buff? Did you see that? Did you see his defense stats just cut off? Look at this. I'm tanking him. I'm shooting him in the same way, man. I feel like my shots have not changed, and my DPS has unfortunately plummeted, so it's a little bit cringe. Oh, my boy's dead. My little child has suffered a little bit. But is this an invincible necromech? I've thought about making a video about the invincible necromech. I've been seeing it, man. Just every once in a while, the necromech spawns, and you're like, this guy should not be alive this long. What the fuck is going on? I know how to kill necromechs. I know how much damage I deal against the same necromech. Yeah, I feel like also these corrupted ancients are fucking with me. There are moments where I'm just getting swarmed by corrupted ancients. It is a little bit of a struggle. I should not be void dashing into energy orbs. I'm totally wasting those. Oop, embarrassing. Hit this. Hit this. Nice and easy. Okay, chilling. Much better. Oh, and then now he's dead. See, there you go. So, yeah, I hope you felt that. That was a difference. It was a minute. It was an imperceptible difference. An imperceptible difference in the flavor. Oh yes, wonderful. I'm fucking Paul Hollywood on Great British Bake Off. An imperceptible, minute difference in flavor. Bro thinks he's a writer. This is just Knell thoughts. This is just what Amar thinks when he's just letting his brain go loose while just spamming left and right. Do you see? This is the pro gamer moves, the mouse wiggle. It's the patented Amar mouse wiggle, where you're like aiming a little bit left and right across the enemies to just know that you're spreading some blast procs. Like, bro, I'm spreading blast. I won't say that. You can finish the sentence. You can finish the sentence however you want, Chad. But I will not be going any further. So I am spamming my abilities a little bit more, but I do like a little bit of Natterai for the sling strength. Fuck, I'm just struggling. Did you ever play Halo? Yeah, I fucking love Halo. I played a little bit of Halo Infinite with my friends. I played Halo mostly at friends' houses. There was this insane birthday party that I went to really early on where they rented out this bus, and it was like this gaming bus lab, and there was like 4 screens of Halo, and we were in like these Forge maps. I fucking love Halo Forge. I'm still waiting for a good Halo game to play with my friends. I feel like Halo is so much fun, and I feel like that would be insanely fun to do like competitive Halo just with my friends, just play against each other. That honestly, I feel like that would be the best content. The Void Rigs with the arms off seems very much the same, yeah. There was this thing where you shot the arms off of Flood, and it harmlessly followed you around. They called it a Flood Buddy. Your Floody Buddy. F-L-U-D-D-Y, yeah, Floody Buddy. It sounds like Slutty Buddy. Oh, fuck, I'm so sorry, Chad. I should not have said that. Come on, give me a big buff. 4,300, 17,000 is fucking worthless, man. I need to be hitting these. I could give a fuck about these enemies. I need to be hitting pipe. I need to be hitting bonking pipe. That's what Amar's doing right now. Alright. Still chilling. What can I say, man? But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are excited for the dev stream on Friday. I know I am. I still can't decide if I'm gonna do like a follow-up stream that night to talk about it. I've thought about it. I think it's probably worth it. I don't know. It'll be more of the same. I might clear up a bunch of the outstanding missions that I have to do. I might do the Netracells and the Archon hunt and all that stuff. I might do all that stuff on Friday. We'll see. we'll decide. But I think I probably should do a recap of what they talked about. I'll do a breakdown of cool, what I'm excited about, what I'm ready for, you know, stuff like that. I never got to have LAN parties. Yeah, true. I had the single console party, so it was just like swap out and stuff, and it was still pretty baller. Bro, split screen will always have a place in my heart. I mean, yeah. I feel like, yeah, I've got all these clips that, you know, that's what I love. Steam has all of these crazy party games that have brought me back to that era in such a fun way of just like a simple concept that plays really well. Like there's this game called Giga Bash, and it's like this isometric, you know, like isometric 3D fighter where, you know, you're on like this flat playing field and you can like toss your friends around, and they have a DLC with the Godzilla characters, and so you can play as like Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Destroya. You can play as Gigan and Ghidorah. I don't remember what Hedorah. You can play as the blob monster, the oil slick monster. So I gotta buy the other There's 2 Godzilla DLC. They know what they did. So the first Godzilla DLC has Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, Destroya, and Gigan, and then the second DLC has Ghidorah and also Hedorah. But you know that you're going for Ghidorah. You gotta have King Ghidorah. So I feel like you gotta go for it, and it's just hilarious. It's so funny. It's like there's this moment where you have your like super meter and you charge it up by just like dealing damage or like taking damage. And then in like you'll get a little tooltip and it'll be like S-class imminent. It'll be like, oh fuck, S-class imminent, and then you click both of the bumpers and then you just turn giant and you get like upgraded moves and you're like, and it's like so sick and it's hilarious. It's the goofiest game you've ever played. It's so much fun. And in case you didn't know, Destroya, which is like one of my favorite Godzilla movies back when I was like 9 years old, is like so fucking broken. He has this heavy attack where it's like this command grab. It's a command grab. You just grab them, throw them across the playing field. It does a shit ton of damage. And it you know, I got too many games to show. I gotta put out some of these clips, man. Some of these clips are like, that's unhinged Amar. That's truly. You may not always see it on the solo stuff. Like, sometimes I hate to do solo clips because they just end up being, they're just always yapping clips. But what I want, you gotta see what the couch streams are like, because I want to do the clips. I want to put those together into like highlight reels for all the streams that I've done. Well, they're just recordings at this point, but yeah, like, dude, my guy Taylor, he loses his mind, bro. And the last time we streamed, we just couldn't stop doing this fucking Yoda impression. It was just like weirdo Yoda, or like when I do it with my little brother, I call it Goon Lord Yoda. It's just so awful. And like the more I did the Yoda impression, the more it just became Miss Piggy. And we were just playing these like competitive like party games and just like losing our minds for like 30 minutes at a time. It was fucking crazy. It was just the best shit I've ever seen. I'm glad that I haven't cast my 4th ability once, and I'm still doing pretty good. So, what is my rifle? Did I even use my rifle? What was it? The Phage? I used it for a little bit. All right, he's cooked. You see what I mean? That's how fast I should be killing a necromancer. Oh, sounds like a party game, yeah, dude. And there's a zillion of them. That's what I mean. Like, those streams are what I live for. All of the streams I'll ever do, they're all built so that, I gotta be real with you, chat. If I have the opportunity to give you guys like a even a 2-person couch stream, like I've thought about, there may be a potential that you get a Wednesday afternoon stream. So my goal is like, I don't know if I can manage it. So like if I can get 3 people, if I can get all 3 people, then I may potentially look at doing like a super long, like a 4-hour, 5-hour stream or something where we like get pizza in the middle and we like take a break in the middle and shit. And I think it would be so much fun. But if I can get 3 people on a stream, then my goal is that it starts in the afternoon in Pacific time, maybe like 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. And then it'll go through like dinner time and through my stream time, and then it'll end like hopefully around when my normal stream time would end. That would be my goal. And it would just be like straight, 5 hours of gameplay, but it could also be just 5 hours of chatting like that. I can, it's not hard to pull up other I don't know what I call it, like other scenes on OBS and shit. I would have to figure something out for TikTok and like changing that around, but yeah, I've already figured out a setup where I can like do a couch stream, and it doesn't even like use a crazy amount of bandwidth. It's pretty average, but it is an amount. But I was okay with how the bitrate ended up. I didn't feel like it was too crazy of a number. So yeah, I guess part of it is like, I don't know, the future for this stream will always depend on like what my life situation looks like, and getting a job and actually being able to move out, and like once we've settled my grandma in a better place and stuff like that. So that's the main thing that I'll talk about in terms of life stuff. But yeah, I'll be keeping you guys posted on what's new. But that's my goal, is like, so far the streaming setup with Taylor has been going well, so we've been getting some good stuff going, and I want to do more of that. And there's definitely lots of other games to talk about. That's the other thing, is like, I'm pretty prone to competitive games, but I've been wanting to do also some cooperative games. There's this game called Road Redemption that's really fun. So definitely will be exciting, and that will be, I don't know, you guys will get to meet all my friends, and that's the funniest part. Is if you guys are curious, I have a playlist on YouTube called Guest Streams, and you can go back and like watch the streams that I've done with my friends in the past. And like, dude, I think the one with my friend Keon has the most clips where they're just so fucking unhinged. And I was like, low-key, I wish I was a better editor. I wish the production quality was better and I could get some better footage. But that was my goal for now, is like, I want to just at least put a little bit more effort into the cuts. I want to come up with some stuff, some Premiere setup, so I can do some better cuts for you guys, because that is my goal. Is like, I will have so much more fun. Like the clips with my friends, like that's the stuff that I'm gonna cut up into videos and like do highlight reels for you guys. That's what I'm excited to do. Is it these fucking orbs, bro? Is it these like status effect orbs from these specific status enemies? So there's like ice Culverine enemies that just shoot. They just shoot a bunch of ice orbs. Bro, I'm getting maxed out lag. Like this is what I love to see. It's chunking up in a, well, it's a pretty normal way, I guess I would say. We're still only at 97, so it's not like the craziest thing I've ever seen, but you're kind of seeing it, man. What I'm always impressed with Warframe is that there is so much shit happening on screen, and part of it is I know that, like, yeah, in the end game, when all of your friends, like when one person has secondary encumber, there's all these different setups in Warframe that are just like so intense. Like, I don't know how exactly, whether it's GPU, CPU, all these ability nuking, ability spamming builds. Like, there's so many things in this game that are just bloating it and like overbearing it and just so incredibly powerful. Couch P stream is a great idea. Yeah. And so it would be like, my goal is potentially the next time I go visit Taylor, that will be a stream, an afternoon stream, and if I'm lucky, then I can also get my friend Dane over there, and then that will be probably a more special stream, and I'll talk to them and see what we can work out, and I think that would be so much fun, and you guys would get to meet them and chat, and the stream would just be going for so long. So that would be the goal, and then I can get all the footage from that, cut that up like it's nothing. Part of it is like I still would just use the camera battery, because there would be a point in the stream where I would turn the camera off, swap out the battery, like kill the recording, so it would be like a 3-hour recording and then another 3-hour recording potentially. But yeah, that would be my goal. And then like there would be moments where I would play some WoW long. The stream would be long enough that we would play whatever we wanted, and I would never feel tied down to any one game. And I would probably still, like in the fucking SEO, it would still say Warframe. I would just leave it as Warframe. Oh, that would be hilarious. But yeah, it would be that's my goal. It's like to do that as soon as I can, and if that means I replace one of my existing streams, then that's what I'm going to do, because that will always be my priorities. I want you guys to meet my friends. I want you guys to get used to seeing their faces, so, you know, the thumbnail would just be us, just our faces. I would just snag a selfie from all of them, and yeah, I'm not going to give them an ugly selfie or a weird selfie. But yeah, I just like have everybody's faces, get comfortable seeing everybody, because that's my goal, is I want to be able to just like have been meaning to check out Wolong. Yeah. So what I always tell people is the reason I love Wolong is something that's deep into the end game. So it's a mode called the 1,000-mile journey. So what I will say, I've been thinking about putting out a Wolong video. It will be titled the most complex Souls-like roguelike. So it is a Team Ninja. It's a Team Ninja 3D action RPG, JRPG. So it's similar to Stranger of Paradise and Neo 2. The Neo franchise is, I think, what people know them best for. Neo had a game mode called the Underworld and the Depths of the Underworld. So that was essentially like a randomizer mode where they would take the existing map and they would chop it up into sections and they would redesign the map, and then they would place objectives throughout those chopped up maps. So like, you know, in Neo 2 is the one that I mainly played it. No way people know Team Ninja from Neo. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden, obviously. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, for games like this, like Ninja Gaiden is a whole different ball game. I'm really curious about Ninja Gaiden 4. I want to know if they add a randomizer mode. That would be incredible, because I think Ninja Gaiden 4 looks awesome. Don't make me feel old. No, but yeah, that's what I mean, is like, when you think about these types of games, it's, you know, Dark Souls came out and then Neo came out. Also, I'm the biggest Neo 2 fan ever. Yeah. So Wolong is more mechanically complex, but it's also simpler in a lot of ways. So it refines the combat. You have parrying. My favorite action RPG ever. So did you play the Underworld? Did you go to the end game and all that stuff and do the Depths of the Underworld and do all the grace sets and stuff? So most of that stuff exists in Wolong, but it exists in a more refined form. So farming is more refined. You do it in a different way. So a lot of it is RNG and stuff like that. Yeah, Underworld, all that. Dude, hell yeah. So you'll love Wolong then. Wolong definitely is more designed around farming. It's a really cool game. It has a lot of... So you can like make the game more difficult, kind of like the Pact of Punishment. Yeah, the farming was the low part. So Wolong makes it better in some ways. I've been thinking about doing some like guides on Wolong on like how to farm and stuff. Is Hildren Prime good? A good beginner prime frame. I'm 3 days in and got gifted and I helped with it to build. Hildren Prime is pretty good. There's an augment called Blazing Pillage, which is good to just keep active. Basically, you should just keep your 3 active and then spam 2 all the time, and you can chill with that. I'd rather the RNG not be so grindy. It's definitely... So it presents itself in a better way. There's still a lot of RNG, but the builds are easier. So my RNG was I needed a perfect build, but I have a whole grace set. I have a video on YouTube talking about all that stuff, so give me one sec. I gotta write all this stuff down, but... Yeah, like, I would say the farming is easier, but there's also aspects that suck. So, like, accessories, you farm in a different way. So there's, like, a few different RNG benefits. So what I will say is there's a mechanic called crystal embedment. I don't know the exact term, but you basically have these jewels that count as modifiers. And once there are specific, like, special jewels that you have to find on a weapon, and then you can remove it from that weapon, and then you have it forever. So you'll have like a melee attack bonus, so it'll just give you flat melee damage, and there's like a premium version of that you'll unlock in the later new game cycles. And you know, eventually you'll have gear that has like 3 premium slots and then 2 normal slots, and like, you know, my melee weapon is most optimized with not the max rarity. It's not actually the highest rarity, so that I can have 2 normal slots for that specific reason. But yeah, that's Yareli, Phage, Knell, and Tonbo. We got one more round, and then look at this. Look where Styanax is. I felt like for future ones I might do Styanax. Yeah, so that's a lot easier. The accessories does kind of suck. The only way to re-roll your accessories is like by these specific little these little panda dudes on the map. But there's an interesting mechanic with the 1,000-mile journey. Hope I catch that stream. Yeah, I'll do that soon. That'll be on Friday. I'll announce that ahead of time, you know, the week prior, so you can watch that. That'll do. What I want to do is I want to do a full video about Wolong and then a full video about Stranger of Paradise, because I do think like Stranger of Paradise I love so much for it's like a cooler version of Neo to me. It works so similarly. Like it plays so similar. It's still kind of older like Neo. I will say Wolong does have jumping, so you can like traverse in a different way as well, and the maps are still kind of built around that. So yeah, I think it's a little bit too easy. This is our final setup. So we got Dagath, Komorex, Knell, and Machete Wraith. All right, let's go over it real quick. So start with Dagath. You don't need this Tau-Forged Red. I am still enjoying this Tau-Forged Yellow more now that I'm using Matter-Eye. But yeah, let's get into it. So this is 175% range. And yeah, that means your Doom is at 26 meters. So the spread radius, the Doom radius is pretty nice for me. It's nice to get a lot of damage, but there's a secret with this ability. So obviously Grave Spirit is giving you crit damage. I have Omamori here as a defensive ability. So this is a 50% chance to basically be a damage gate for half a second, and then it has a 3-second cooldown. So it's pretty strong. Gives you a moment of breathing room sometimes, but I still have adaptation in here with Arcane Grace, so it's an interesting setup. But yeah, there's an interesting and important mechanic to understand with Doom, which is lethal damage cap. Lethal damage threshold. Oh, I guess I do need the Tau-Forged Red to hit damage cap, or to hit 100% damage redirection. So this should put me over 100%, and that means that what it's going to do, what's going to happen, it's going to put a scythe over their head, and then all damage accumulated within 3 seconds, that's just you can't change that cooldown, that duration, will just be dealt. But it has a lethal damage cap. So if you can deal enough damage, it doesn't calculate certain buffs as well, so it won't work with like Roar. I don't know, there's a list of ones that it doesn't work with. So Arcane Avenger and the crit damage buff will work, so that is going to be a nice juicy bonus. So yeah, what it's going to do is it's going to take the damage that you've dealt, and then it's just going to, if you just deal enough, you'll just kill the enemy. And there was this, I always talk about this story every time I play Dagath. So I was trying to level up a weapon, and I was going into Conjunction Survival, and I did like 20 minutes into Conjunction Survival. Oh my god, no way. Oh, Persto. Oh, it's a different mission. It's an Omnia survival. Or excuse me, it's a Demos survival. Or an Entrati survival. This is perfect. This is what I love. So yeah, I was doing a Conjunction Survival, and like 20 minutes in, I literally hadn't leveled up my gun at all. It was like level 8 or something. And I was like, oh shit, I'm doing enough damage that it's the word scythe that's killing them and not the gun itself. And so I'd never got a single ounce of affinity for any of those kills. And it took me like, it was like, yeah, so long into the stream for me to and I just stopped using my weapon for like a brief moment, and then I just maxed it out. Oh, getting ready for bed. Oh, I missed that. Shout out Marissa. I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining me. Yeah, it's been exciting so far. I'm glad to have a Demos. Oh, did I not show off the build? Oh, I didn't show off the Komorex build. Excuse me. I don't show off the Komorex build. All right, well, we'll do the builds all over again for you guys. Excuse me. I didn't show Komorex or Machete Wraith, so let's redo the builds real quick. So apologies for that. I want to make sure I do that, but I do appreciate. I don't know what I'll do with the different weapons, but like if I'm ranking up a weapon, but I do like the idea of putting that in the title and thumbnail. But yeah, we'll go over the Dagath build one more time. But yeah, the main thing to talk about with Dagath, you know, I have a lot of weapons that are weird with Dagath, so Komorex and Machete Wraith are a weird choice, but Knell will work pretty well with Dagath. So Tau-Forged Red, I do actually think might be mandatory. It might be really nice to get over 100%, or basically hit 100% damage redirection. So Tau Force Yellow I am enjoying on Madurai without Zenuric buff. So rule number 1, yeah, we're redoing the build unfortunately, but yeah, Omomoria is a defensive ability, so this is a 50% chance to give you immunity for half a second, and then it has a 3-second cooldown. So it's just a damage gate that has stacks, so it's pretty easy to use. And yeah, I will say the nice thing, so the important thing to understand with Dagath, the reason I've gotten rid of the 4 is I'm basically only spamming 2 and 1. I'm just recasting 2 as much as I can, and then also recasting 1. But what's going to happen, it's going to put a Scythe above their head. And the reason I'm using Arcane Avenger with Grave Spirit, which buffs crit damage, and Doom crit damage, is that that Scythe has a 3-second timer, and the damage you deal in that timer has a lethal damage cap that does not calculate things like roar and stuff like that. So there's a few different buffs, but I'm just getting a lot of damage. The Scythe kills, and that's about it. So you'll get a weird clip. I guess I'll do a repeat of everything else, but let's talk about Komorex. Yeah, that's the main one. This is a weird Riven. This is a weird Riven. Damage slash. Also, look at this. The AoE is viral damage, so I'm getting viral. So it's just slash and heat with primary crux. These stats are dead even. Almost dead even. 608 and 645. So that's 34% and 37% with Vigilante armaments. So that's a crazy build. That's a... Whew. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I like it, man. 16% crit chance will be buffed by Arcane Avenger. So that'll get up to... what, 45? Add 45 to that. Yeah, that's 60%. That's not terrible, but yeah, you'll see it. I do have the Vigilante bonus. We'll do the Knell one more time. Cold multi-shot reload speed. So this is just a cold mod, but yeah, it's a pretty criminal setup. It's just secondary encumber, galvanized shot. So nice and easy. And then finally, Machete Wraith. Once again, just a swinging influence weapon that has quickening. And then yeah, we're just doing the standing combo. That's it. So nice and easy. All right, now we covered it, and yeah, you'll see the Doom effect. So if you're playing Dagath right, you know, like I mentioned, you're gonna kill them with the Doom every time, and that's kind of how the ability works. That's what it's built on. Is you should be clearing your Doom effects. It's not that difficult, especially if you're spamming word size as well, and you're putting viral stacks on. You're doing a lot of damage. So I don't know. I have a good time. It's definitely too easy. Like, I think a lot of what Omnia's has done for me is shown me that I do have way more freedom to use way more gear. And that's why I've loved Reinforced Bond and Tenacious Bond on my companion. Just knowing that all my weapons will get a buff. Knowing that my primary will get a buff as well on top with the Vigilante bonus. So that's pretty sick. Alright, let's do some mag dumping. So this is a sniper rifle with 20 shots in the mag. So kind of loving the ammo efficiency. Kind of loving it a little bit. Oh, failing to get headshots. Yeah, we'll run around with the Komorex for a little bit. I'm going to cast this. Oh, I should do this. This is easier to do now. This is so much easier to do. Oh, that's actually wonderful. Look at that. 164. Oh, that's insanity. Yeah, do we love the Komorex? Fucking Christ, man. This is an OG weapon, man. So much fun. Oh, it takes me back. And yeah, there's a reason that it just exists. Like this one and the Cyanex, I totally get why they just left them. They didn't do shit with those weapons. Yeah, Wisp came and went. I guess we should cast our Doom effect. See if we can cruise a little bit better, but I'm impressed. We'll play Komorex for a few more minutes and then swap to Knell for the rest of the mission. So this is just silly as fuck, man. This is so goofy. And it shoots so fast. And yeah, to put viral damage on the AoE is just nuts. I'm out of energy. That's crazy. Woo! There's Madurai for you. I guess I can do this now. Hit that into this. You should just watch it all melt. Oh my god. Ability, range, and strength have doubled. Oh my fucking god. Is there a teleport volume out here? Can I jump into this void? No, it's a window. Motherfuckers. No place to jump into the void. Can I jump into the void here? No, there's no... Where's the Where's the nearest void that I can jump into? Where can I won't say anything else. I won't go any further. People may say it to me online. That's all I'll say. This phrase used by gamers online. What is gets banned, gets H-gated. You should find the nearest teleport volume. Oh god, dude. What have I done? What have I said? Oh, this is hilarious. I'm just spamming the Machete Wraith and that's it. That's a little bit funny. Should we swap to Knell, chat? I feel like we have to. Come on, man. I feel like we have to now. So this is purpose-built for a survival to just run around. And yeah, all I'm doing, pressing 2, pressing 1, over and over. I love that the crit damage buff just exists forever as long as you don't die. So we love that. We love as long as you don't die. Oh, ran out of energy. That's lame. But good. It's good that I ran out of energy. Thankfully, I've got a bunch of energy orbs on the ground, so that's the gameplay, chat. I'm loving not using Zenurik. And you know what I say? Matter-Eye makes it way easier to revive as well, so we love that shit. We're going hard. We're spamming it like crazy. I'm stimming. Sorry, I was watching Trash Taste. Alright, chat. But yeah, it's a good way to close it out. I mean, just straight up a classic Entrati survival. I mean, come on, man. It is honestly, it has grown to become like my favorite mission. It's just, I love this faction, and I love just how chill survival missions are. Like, it is one of my most relaxing game modes, but I gotta say, chat, you know, I've been spamming Hyperlight Breaker. I have like infinite resources in that game. I have like 70-something golden rations, or it's crazy how buff I am. But I'm going for the God Roll. I'm going for a God Roll melee weapon. There's like 2 different melees that I really want to get like a God Roll of, and then I think I can probably like break the game and like nuke everything. I haven't even upgraded them that far. Like, all of my weapons are only level 3. Oh, I wonder if I can upgrade my armor as well. That might be pretty nice. But yeah, there's a couple setups. You know, I did die. I fucking fell off a cliff in my last run, so that's another game that I'm just like, I have so much fun with. That there's this mechanic where like after you beat a boss, there's basically like this GTA style heat level, and it'll just put you at max heat level, but all it'll do is like constantly spawn enemies on you. Like, they'll just drop from the sky constantly. And so all I do is I just walk at a leisurely pace to the extraction, and then I'll just farm enemies constantly, and I'll get like straight up thousands of dollars. There's this like base currency called Bright Blood. And yeah, with that, so like with that loop, I can basically bank about 3,000 Bright Blood per run. It ends up being, so you'll basically refund some of that Bright Blood when you reset the world, so you're forced to burn some of it, and it'll tell you how much you're burning. And like the more you get, it gets proportionally larger, but you can outscale that. You can actually collect more Bright Blood than you will refund, so you can be at a surplus forever. And yeah, I'm at like 10,000, I'm at like 13,000 Bright Blood, and all I'm doing is just re-rolling the shop, because you'll basically never get any, like, all of the weapon rolls, any gear that you get from the world is just dog shit. It's all awful. The only place that you're gonna get God rolls is like in the weapon shop, and you just have to re-roll and pray, and the re-rolls will reset like when you reset the world. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's this thing where if I get a Void Flood Omnia, I just play a round of Hyperlight Breaker, and then when I go back in again into Warframe, I'll just have a better Omnia. So it's like the perfect amount of time. It has this nice thing where the run doesn't last forever. It's like these short little moments where you collect the prisms, you fight the boss, and then you extract, and you just do that over and over 3 times. And then that's it. That's a run, and then you succeed, and you collect a bunch of resources, and it's basically impossible to fail. I used to have this passive upgrade that whenever you deal a crit hit, it will refund like this scratch damage, you know, which is like health that's available to be refunded if you parry. But yeah, you have enough high enough crit that you can land it pretty often. So there's a couple setups that I really want that on. I basically have a god roll on one of the weapons, but I want a god roll on like my 3 favorite weapons, which are like 2 of them are like heavy weapons, and then one of them is called Soldier's Light, which is like the starter weapon. It's a balanced weapon, and it had this blade special where it shoots this like flaming X, and it just does so much damage. Like I've never seen anything else. But yeah, for me it's like there's like the breaker blade which is an axe. There's the one that I have now, which is called Zero Edge, and I have a perk for it which makes it attack faster. So I felt like there's a couple pretty good rolls for like the breaker blade, the axe, and then I definitely think for the sword I want crit chance, and I think that would just go insanely hard, and that would maybe just be the most game-breaking shit ever. So, you know, there's like these passive perks that just give you a flat damage buff, and then there's these like crit chance perks that you can get, so you can get some high crit chance, build around that. You know, I have a dash invincibility perk, so there's like a lot of standard stuff that you like to see, but you have to get good rolls. Like, so they're called hollow bites. You get them from killing enemies, and like basically doing anything, you'll just be constantly getting hollow bites. But there's so many of them, and you just have a choice between 2. So to get the one that you want, like once you know what you want, it's actually like insanely hard to get the right build going. Like, so what happens is if you have a hollow bite equipped, you can't roll it. So what you have to do is, if you like, you know, if you're about to lose it because you lose one every time you have 3 uses and you lose one every time you die. So if you're about to lose it, then you have to swap it with something else and then wait for it to roll again in the world, and that's how you get the same perk again, unless you want to like re-roll the shop and hope that you get good rolls. There's like a couple different ways to do it, but yeah, I've definitely been having a good time with it. Like, this shit kind of does a zillion damage, and you know, what I'll always tell people is like, the games that I play will always have something similar to Warframe. So if you're ever curious and you enjoy Warframe because it's got that arcadey feel, it's got some of that, you know, randomized gameplay elements where it's like at least a randomized tile set. Like maybe it's the same objective, but you know, bounties will have like random missions in some ways. So, you know, there's this like built-in base level of randomization, and you know, if you enjoy that kind of stuff and you're curious about what that looks like for me in different formats, you know, we're talking like you know, more of like a 3D action RPG, which is more melee centric. I have a lot of those games, you know, you get into like Wolong and stuff like that. So you know, if you're ever interested, basically all of them are roguelikes at this point, because that is where you'll find like that randomized, super replayable aspect. Like that's kind of what you'll expect from me for my type of content. I love that shit. I have a really good time with it. So, you know, if you ever find yourself curious about that rabbit hole, that's definitely something that I have way too much fun with. So it's just like classic Warframe gameplay. That's kind of all I can say. And yeah, I think you know, I'm a dude who, you know, watches anime on the side, who watches YouTube videos or podcasts on the side. So I'm always playing these games because they're somewhat easy to perfect. Like, they may not be easy to learn, but once you've mastered it and got a good build going, it really did feel that way for Hyperlight Breaker. Like, all I do is run around and kill every enemy on the map. Like, that's all I do. I farm as much Bright Blood as I can, and it's this crazy thing where I did not think I would get a feel for it so quickly and just, you know, master all the bosses and just be cruising. So it's got a very quick game loop, and I felt it. I knew that it was going to be sucky. It was going to be super hard for the start. And then eventually when you get all your buffs going and you got your full kit, you're just nuking everything. I just had this feeling, and I was 100% right, unfortunately. So yeah, keep moving. Keep cruising. Nice and easy. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm never having too much trouble. Like, I think part of it... Ooh, we get violence. That's sick. You know that? Did I put the scythe? No, I didn't put the scythe. I can kill that as well, so still chilling. Oh, I gotta love it, man. It's just... You know, when I do the Warframe streams, it is a great way for me to also just, like, sit down and chat with you guys about, like, what's going on. And I like being a little bit free-flowing because, you know, I try to, you know, break it down what's happening, coming up next, because... in the end, that's my goal, is like we'll be able to show off a lot of content for you guys and a lot of different games, but in the end they'll have the same feel. They'll be very talky. Sometimes it'll have moments where it feels like, yeah, a podcast where I'm playing video games as well. I try to yap at a pretty good level where I'm actually, you know, talking about something and getting engaged. So I will say I'm cutting it a little bit close, but this is definitely our last round, so nice and easy chat. I mean, I appreciate everybody that stopped by and, you know, all the new viewers in YouTube. I will say we are at 993 subscribers on YouTube, so at 1,000 subscribers, I will be shaving my mustache. I'm going to be doing like a whole thank you video, you know, that'll be, you know, I also hit 5,000 followers on TikTok as well, so I want to mention that as well. So, you know, I really appreciate all the support. Even in my flop era, I still continue to gain followers on TikTok. So even when my videos do awful numbers, people are still watching my Aya video. They're still watching my Wukong build till the day I die. That video will still be chilling. So thank God for Wukong. I do think I should be putting out my other Warframe builds, because those are just videos that are already done. I've already made them on YouTube, and then I just convert them to TikTok, and that's it. So nice and easy. All right, here we go. But yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, I'm thankful. You know, I went to the grocery store, I stocked up on some snacks, so I'm glad to get back in with a new week. It's gonna be a great week. I've got a lot of exciting content, is what I'm hoping for. I want to see what the dev stream looks like. I have a feeling it might be pretty simple, so you know, we'll see about, you know, putting out some interesting content. But I'm pretty excited. I feel like, you know, the upcoming stuff that I've got planned is something that you know, I'm always wanting to do stuff that I'm as excited about as you guys are, and something that, you know, I can do at a level that's sustainable, so I can do it as frequently as possible. And that's what I want to give you, is I want to give you a frequency that you can expect for a long time, and you can expect to be consistent. So, you know, whatever I can figure out in terms of having my friends over and having them on stream and doing all that stuff, I think is so much fun, and I think that would be a really good time. And, you know, however long we can do it for is what I'm excited about. But yeah, that's a Mar in 2025. I mean, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be thinking about doing some tier lists. We'll start with some Warframe tier lists. I want to come up with some interesting titles and run it by the guys in the Discord and see what they think about the different, you know, formats that I'm going to do. Because obviously I do have a couple different setups going. So, yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, the Excel spreadsheets that you're gonna see for the tier list, they're gonna look a lot different. They're gonna look very different. They're gonna have more slots. I'm gonna probably mention more things for each Warframe, because most of them are pretty crazy. They're kind of nuts. They're a little bit scary. You know, I do enjoy them. I have a pretty good time with them. Like, what's happened in the last year is like something to behold. You know, I think that's going to be a real testament to my content style in general, is that you guys will get to see the dude who talked about every Warframe in 2024 and then talked about it again in 2025, and just how much of a difference 1 year can make for like almost all of my builds. And you can because it's formatted in a specific way, and because I am so strict and I am so on the rails, the whole point is that you can get a very, not like scientific, but a very like important and serious look at like how much you can change your builds and how your entire playstyle can change in a year into something completely different. All maybe just because of blast damage, but because of a lot of stuff. But bro, like, I've been playing so much Warframe in the last year, just, you know, streaming more, doing more content for you guys. Like, I've been having way too much fun, and I love keeping up with Warframe with you guys. And I think that's what I want, is there'll always be a lot of Warframe. I'll always need to play Warframe, so you'll see plenty of Warframe content, and then every once in a while I'll sprinkle in some other content. You'll see some guest streams. That's what I want. Like, I want those guest streams to be extra special for you guys. Those are the ones that I'll actually edit. those are the ones that I will cut out clips from, and then combine those clips and put them into a highlights reel for everybody, so you can see those streams. And that's what I really want you guys to enjoy, because that hanging out with my friends. You know, I think Dane has a YouTube channel. I wanna get started with that, so I'm really excited. But yep, there you go, all done.
So we learn the importance
How
of
exciting!
clarity.
I will say, yeah, that's the end of the stream. But yeah, if you did enjoy, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, I do appreciate if you drop a like. It does help out the video. But yeah, I mean, I guess tomorrow is just random Omnias. We've got mostly just Omnias for the rest of the week. We'll see how far I get with the Knell. We may potentially be able to change some stuff up, but so far I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, this Friday is still up in the air. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to go in with the stream yet, but I'll let you guys know in the future. But yeah, I guess that's all I got for you. Whew. Classic stream. So hope you had a good time. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. So take care, everybody.